Your past is completely destroying your future. It is a stumbling block for you, and it's something that needs to be removed immediately. Forget your past. Completely forget it. And I'm not saying this from a position of saying like, don't remember anything and just go into this daze. No. But forget all the things that happened that will in the future hold you back. When we are going through life, when we are going through changes, when we're experimenting, when we're doing something new, it's very easy to then look at the ways that things didn't work out in the past, and it will stop us from even trying in the future. If you are trying to start something new, if you're doing something new, and maybe this isn't the first time that you've tried it, or maybe you've tried something in the past and both of those times it did not work out. Well, then you can look at your situation now and be like, why would I try it again if it didn't work out before? This is what I mean when I say to forget your past. It's not about not learning from your past. It's not about forgetting that it ever occurred, but not allowing it to dictate what you do in the future. Not allow it to dictate the possibility of things going right this time. We build up an understanding. We build up memories of stuff that has happened throughout our life. And oftentimes we're going to remember the negative things way more than we remember the positive things. We're going to remember the things that we failed at way more than what we remember the things that we succeeded at. This will give you a very false sense of what's possible. Because even if you've done like 90% of things right, 10% of things failed, that 10% is going to feel like 80%, 90%, even 95%. This vision that you have, what you have in your head is completely off from reality. So you have this off sense, you have this off feeling, you have this off point of view of what your life looks like. You have this off point of view of what success looks like for you, what you can do. It's completely warped. And it's because of the fact that our focus tends to go to the negative stuff. So through shifting how you look at your life, how you look at the past, and you're like, you know what, this didn't go so well, this didn't work, but I'm not going to hold on to that. I'm not going to remember that. I'm not going to sit here and let that tell me that I won't be able to succeed in the future. No, let that go. Put that in the trash. Write down all your feelings in a journal, and then shut the thing and let it be between the pages instead of playing out in your life. Because I can say this for me. There have been many times where I'm like, what in the world makes me think that I'm going to succeed? I didn't succeed before. But what I will tell you is that just because you didn't succeed before doesn't mean that it won't work out. I'll give you an example. In my college days, okay, I had to take an IT class, all right? And I'm not like the biggest fan of IT. So when I took this class before at my school, it was like anything under an 85% was an automatic fail. When I say fail, I mean you failed the class, not just the test, not just the assignment, you failed the entire class. So I went in, studied all this material. I was like going through, I was like, I hate this. And I was going through trying to get it done. I'm over here feeling like I'm not going to use any of it. And I go and take the test and I score like an 83. And guess what that showed up as? A fail. I pushed that class off so hard for the rest of the term. Okay. I pushed it back all the way till last month. Okay. I pushed this thing off for 4 months. I did not want to do it. And then when I went back through the material again, because I was forced to, it was one of my last classes that I had to complete. So I was forced to actually do it again. And I was so nervous. I was going through material. The crazy thing is I used the same material that was out there. I just used it differently this time. I used different materials this time when studying for the test. I was nervous. I was so scared to take this test. I kid you not. I was sitting here crying because I was like, I need to pass this class. This is pretty much the last attempt that I get to take this test. And I was like, I need to pass this class or I will not graduate college. And I was scared. I was crying. My mom was looking at me like, girl, you gonna do fine. Why are you freaking out? And I'm over here terrified, like quite literally terrified. But you know what? I prayed about it. I trusted. I studied again. I went through it again. I used different materials this time, but it was for the same thing. And I took it again and I passed. All this to say that just because you're scared, just because in the past it didn't work out before, does not mean that it will not work out in the future. You can be working on the same thing. You could be looking at similar material. You can be trying again in a similar way. Even the smallest change can be the difference between you succeeding or not, passing or not. accomplishing it or not. These things, it doesn't have to be something astronomical for there to be a huge difference. And on top of that, your mindset can really change. When I went through my class the first time, I was telling myself I hated it and I did not want to use it. I was like, I hate this class so much. Second time, I'm like, okay, let me change my mindset so that I can actually consume the knowledge and use it in the proper way. So when you are going through your life, when you're going through your goals, even if it didn't work the first time, that does not dictate what will happen the second time or the third time. You need to try everything again as if it is completely new. Try new methods. Yes, ask for advice, get help, but don't think that your goal is completely out of reach, cannot happen for you just because it did not happen the first time. Your past can cause you to stumble. Your past can cause you to absolutely destroy your success when you're using it as something that is holding you back. You're using it as something to enable you instead of using it as something to empower you and say, you know what, I might have not done good then, but that is not going to be my future. I'm not going to have that be the last try. I'm not going to end on that note. So learn from your past and forget it. Thank you for watching today's video. I really do hope you enjoyed. I hope that it helped you in some way. Please make sure to take care of yourself. Make sure to watch over yourself, both financially, mentally, and financially. Do something for yourself today that will help you tomorrow. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!